Clay, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. And as they say in Stoic, the obstacle is the way. And so if you let these pinheads get in your way, you're in trouble. Acta non verba is the motto of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point, New York. I had appointments to Naval Academy and Kings Point Merchant Marine Academy. And Merchant Marine Academy's motto was acta non verba. In other words, don't listen to what a person says. Watch what they do. Clay, my honor to be on your show. And thank you for all you do. I hear the ripple effects from you are good ripple effects. You know what I mean? People rave about what they learn from you. So congratulations.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrive Time, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement, how to help you guys implement the SEO. And the coaching is just great because there's accountability, and it's just a fantastic way to grow your company. Having a relationship with Thrive Time it's just been amazing for MultiClean. Oh my goodness, it frees me up because then I don't have to take a class on search engine optimization or learn marketing or shoot video. That's not what we do. What we do is commercial janitorial service. And you guys are the experts on marketing, and you teach me and hold my hand and show me how to do it right. And therefore, now my company is much, much larger.
Folks, on today's show, we're joined by a real client. He may look like a male model. He may look like a hologram, but he's a real person. He's a longtime client. He's a man that we consider to be a friend of the Thrive Time Show and a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Kevin. Welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Clay, I'm doing great. Had a great Christmas holiday, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so first question, can you tell us what is your name, first and last name, and what's the name of your company, sir?
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas.
And how long have we worked with you approximately at this point, sir?
It's been about 6-7 years.
Cause that's when I start my grind in. And I got no time for stumbling and chit chat talk with the fake friends. Ooh, I'm on my grind, yeah. I'm on my grind. You need a job, I'm on my grind.
And we want to welcome all of his Glory Nation from east to west to north to south. Welcome to today's Kingdom Business Builder with America's coach, Clay Clark. And there he is, Clay.
Greetings, Super Dave. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful.
Well, on today's show, what I wanted to read is a Bible verse to everybody out there, and I want people to understand this. I want to give some context. There's a guy by the name of Solomon, King Solomon, and Dave, correct my theology if I'm wrong here, but he was praying for wisdom. That's what he did. He was praying for wisdom and wisdom on how to build wealth for his kingdom. And so Solomon wrote this book called Proverbs. He also wrote the follow-up hit classic, Dave, called Ecclesiastes, right? So King Solomon, if you look at his life and the things he did well, he amassed incredible wealth. Dave, things I would probably not encourage your listeners to replicate is he went on to have, 700 wives and 300 concubines. So I'm not really endorsing every aspect of King Solomon's life, but he did pray for wisdom on how to build wealth. And one of the things that Solomon wrote here, he says, Proverbs 22:9 says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? ? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men." And Dave, you are a fully committed follower of Christ. How do you rightly divide that statement, or how do you process what King Solomon's saying there?
Well, King Solomon, he, as you said in Ecclesiastes, he went, even though he had the wise, great wisdom from the Lord, he allowed all this outside influence, the wives come in, and they brought in all their own gods, and it almost destroyed his kingdom. But in the end, what did he do? He repented, sought the face of the Lord, and wrapped it up in a nice bow. And in the end of Ecclesiastes, everything is just vain except for the Lord.
There it is. So if you're wanting to learn how to grow a successful company, Proverbs has a lot to tell you. It's a book in favor of action. Think about it, folks. Proverbs, a book in favor of action. Proverbs. Think about it. Proverbs. Okay. So now we've got that covered. What I want to talk about on today's show is it's too expensive to be poor. All right, so it's too expensive to be poor. And Dave, I'm going to pull this up real quick. I got a video clip I'm going to pull up on the screen real quick here. This is a guy right now who makes set designs for churches. Dave, his business is called Mod Scenes. And so if you've ever been to Life Church or some of the larger churches across America, you've probably seen the sets that he designs. His name is Steven, and we've helped him grow his company exponentially, meaning we haven't helped him double or triple or quadruple, but we've worked with him to the point where I believe he's 8 times larger, 10 times larger than we started with him, but here, let's hit play.
Hi, my name is Steven. I lead the team at Mod Scenes. We're a company that does church stage backdrops. Abby and the team at Thrive in about 4 months have helped us to get to #1 on Google for our keyword, which is awesome. It's been a huge help to us. It's helped us to get in touch with a lot of churches who are looking for our product and have a need, and we're able to serve them. It's been really great for our business. It's helped us to grow and to serve more people.
Hey, this is Marty Grisham with Advanced Commercial Systems. I'm with the Roof Nerds. I'm here at Thrive 15, where I work with my business coach, Jason, and I work with the whole team, Clay Clark, and the whole team here. I just wanted to share real quickly of how Thrive 15 has done such a great job getting my business, Advanced Commercial Systems, on the first page, at the top of the page in the Google searching. For my
So Dave, the first success story, Google wasn't part of his path to growing his company. The second guy, Marty, he's a roofer. Google, being top of Google, was key to his success. But what I'm saying, if you're watching this show right now, you got to follow the proven path. Dave, you've got to follow the proven path. It's too expensive to be poor. And I don't know, Dave, how I can communicate this with greater enthusiasm, but for all your listeners, if they go to thrivetimeshow.com, if they go there, you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Eric Trump's going to be there. A 15-year-old and her mother. What? They started a successful cleaning company. They're going to be there. Randy Antrican will be there. This is a guy who started an outdoor living company. We've helped him grow to a $17 million company. Randy Antrican. This is a outdoor living. Again, you say, I'm a cleaner, outdoor living. I'm a roofer, Dave. I'm building scenes, background sets for churches. I don't care how obscure your niche is. If you've got a niche, we want to help you scratch it. And I want everybody right now, go on over to thrivetimeshow.com. Dave, it's December 4th and 5th. December 4th and 5th. That's Anaheim, California. Everybody out there, if they use promo code His Glory, they're entered in for a chance to win a backstage pass. But Dave, I want to get your thoughts for anybody who hasn't been to a conference before, as I'm continuing to hammer this theme of it's too expensive to be poor. I think somebody's watching this right now and they're like, yeah, I don't know if I have what it takes to build a successful company. Dave, what do you say to somebody who's like, I don't know, Dave, I'm just kind of used to being poor. I think my business is just going to eke it out this year. What do you say, Dave?
When you were talking about that, I heard another Jim Rohn came up to me, and it was success leaves clues. You want to be successful, follow the clues of successful people. And your seminars and your coaching has great results. That's the success. If people want to have success, follow those clues, implement it.
Now, Dave, I'm going to pull this up on the screen so people can see kind of a sneak peek of what it's like at the events. And by the way, at the event in Anaheim, you'll be coming up quite a bit during the event so people can hear from you and your wisdom. But this guy here, this is Steve, okay? He's a mortgage guy. This guy over here, this is Kevin. By the way, Kevin, Dave, he went from 5 employees to 360 employees.
Wow. From
5 employees to 360 employees. He does janitorial service. Check this out, folks. Here we go. I want you to build a website that's better than your competition. So let's go to Randy, pmhokc.com. Randy and I, since you and I've met, I think you're 10 times larger, 9 times larger, some multiple.
We were doing 2.6 when we met with you, and we're going to do 16 million this year.
So like 8 million more, or 8 times more. On the same page? And you do pools and hot tubs and what else? Do pergolas?
Yeah, pretty much all outdoor living.
Dave, I don't know if you're how good your discernment is determining whether someone's an alien or not, or whether they're normal or not. But this guy seems pretty normal to me, Dave. I think that's the thing I want to communicate on today's show is it's too expensive to be poor, but success is for you. Although it's abnormal, Dave, the people that attend these things, these are very normal people. Like, these are people you would run into at church who they don't come across as like celebrity people, because they're not. And Dave, I'm literally calling on people in the audience. I'm bringing up actual success stories, people that are attending that have achieved their goals. And Dave, I've not seen anything else like it. That's why I built it 20 years ago. I want to get your thoughts on this for somebody who's watching right now and they're going, man, it is expensive to be poor, but I don't know if I have what it takes. What do you say, Dave?
I'd say success leaves clues. Implement it. You got to take action. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, make today your stand. Satan's favorite day of the week is tomorrow, just by people putting tomorrow off. But tomorrow may never come.
Now, okay, so here's what we're going to do, folks. I'm giving you 5 action steps on today's show, okay? First action step, Jim Rohn, who you and I love, Jim Rohn, that's R-O-H-N, Jim Rohn, the legendary self-help author. And I'll tell you this, folks, if you look up Jim Rohn, I probably agree with 99.99999% of what Jim Rohn has said. But if he ever says something that goes against the Bible, go with the Bible. So we're not recommending a good book to take place of the great book. Always go back to the Bible, okay, for discernment. But Jim Rohn said this. He said, formal education will make you a living. Practical education will make you a fortune. Whoa. Let's try that again. Formal education will make you a living. Practical education will make you a fortune. So let me tell you a story. There's a guy who came into my office, Dave, about 3 years ago, and he's a firefighter, fighting fires. Amen. He's got the training. He's got your CPR certified. He's certified on putting out fires. He knows how to be today's firefighters, by the way, folks, they're usually trained to be a paramedic. These people are super skilled. Dave, this guy has more degrees than a thermometer. This guy, he knows the deal, right? But we're talking, and he's like, dude, I don't understand how the people at your conference are making more money in a month than I'm making in a year. And I've got all these degrees. And I go, well, formal education, right, can make you a living, but practical education can make you a fortune. So, Dave, we started this fencing company. This is a true story. We started a fencing company. So step number 1, you're taking notes, folks. You have to decide, write it down, folks, commit to it. Practical education will make you a fortune. Formal education will make you a living. You have to decide. And Dave, he was kind of fighting that a little bit. He's kind of fighting that in his mind. He's kind of like, I don't know. I don't like it. Because, Dave, no one wants to hear that their knowledge of things they've memorized that would allow them to win maybe a Jeopardy episode is not valuable in the economy. Like, nobody wants to hear that the things they went to school to study don't matter. I mean, Dave, it kind of hurts a little bit, doesn't it? I mean, once you've memorized all these things and it doesn't pay you. So step number 1 is I encourage you, and I don't know, Dave, how to encourage people to get over that hump, but I would encourage people, go to thrivetimeshow.com and say, you know what? Maybe that's right. Maybe my formal education, because this guy kept going back to formal school, and he was telling me, I remember talking to him after the conference, he said, I may go back to get my MBA, I may go back to get a master's, I may go back, and I'm like, you're a firefighter and you have so many degrees. At a certain point, you have to embrace the idea, Dave, that practical education is what will make you a fortune.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. I saw that
it's
in the corporate
sobering
world.
thought. Yeah,
had all these
it's a sobering thought.
And didn't implement them. The ones that got successful were looking at the Jim Rohns, the Tony Robbins, the Zig Ziglars, and putting that in their own program and making it happen. So it's spot on. We'll be right back after.
Parasites are real. I can prove parasites are real. I know they're out in the world today. That's why I recommend Purge Advanced Parasite Cleanse.
Purge, crafted with an all-natural blend of 19 powerful ingredients, designed to target and eliminate every type of parasite inside the human body. Join thousands of users who've already transformed their health. Order now at www.purgestore.com/hisglory and use code HISGLORY for 10% off discount.
Your money is vanishing faster than ever before, and no one is coming to save it. But you can protect your savings starting right now, completely tax and penalty free. Goldco has helped protect billions in retirement savings with real gold and silver. At His Glory, we trust them, and today we want to send you a free gold and silver protection kit. Act now and you'll receive up to 10% in free silver. And if you have $25,000 or more in an IRA savings, Goldco will also send you a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. Supplies are limited. Scan the QR code or click the link to get your free kit today. Goldco will protect what God has entrusted to you. Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend. After years of research, Dr. Marty has decided to release an information video showcasing exactly which foods you should stop feeding your dog, which you can find out right now by going to hisglorypet.com. You won't believe how simple it is. Join Pastor Dave and His Glory team on a life-changing journey through Greece. Experience scripture where the Apostle Paul preached, deepening your connection with Jesus. Strengthen your faith, unite with fellow believers, and return home renewed in spirit. Join us in Greece from October 16th, 2026 through the 25th. Scan the QR code to reserve your spot today or go to hisglory.me/events. Billion Soul Donation. Become a Billion Soul partner. By giving $30 or more monthly and support our mission to reach 1 billion souls for Christ. And a thank you, you'll get receive a copy of my book, All for His Glory, and also enter to a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime trip to either the Footprints of Paul, which is our trip to Greece next year, or our trip back to Israel. So we're going to be having two big trips next year, taking a group back to Israel, and the first time ever, the Apostle Paul Footprints in Greece. It's going to be a magnificent trip. And we're back, Kingdom Business Builders with Clay Clark.
All right, so the theme of today's show is it's too expensive to be poor, all right? So big idea number one, you got to embrace that Jim Rohn was correct when he once said, formal education will make you a living, but practical education will make you a fortune. Now, step number two, I want you to watch right now. Look, folks, watch what I'm saying here. Look, I'm dialing. I'm talking about you, folks. Ask yourself, what is your biggest limiting factor? What is it? Now, back to the firefighter guy. He goes, you know what? I've got this side hustle on the side where I'm building fences. I have a fencing company. I build fences. And I'm going, we could make that a multi-million-dollar company. He says, selling fences? Oh, yeah. True story. He's now making more money in a month than he used to make, in like half a year. And this is a real story. Now, someone says, come on, give me another example. Okay, there's a pastor who you and I know very well, young guy. He's much younger than I am. And Dave, this guy knows everything about the Bible. I mean, I meet people that are obsessed with the Bible in a great way. And this is one of those guys. I mean, this guy, every time that he tells you a Bible verse, he knows the context for the verse, who wrote the book of the Bible, where they were geographically at the time, the history. I mean, this guy is the kind of guy, if you were taking somebody on a tour of Israel like you're doing, this is the kind of guy you'd want to have with you because he knows the context, he knows the geography, he knows the history, he knows the Bible. But there's like 40 people at his church. Every Sunday, Dave. Every Sunday, 40 people. 40 people. And this guy now is charting along or tracking along. He's been a long-time client. He's looking at about 700 people right now going to his church. Wow. So from 40 people to 700 people. And you say, what changed? Step number one, he had the idea, the epiphany, practical education. I don't need more theology degrees. I need to learn the practical stuff. Second is ask yourself, what's your biggest limiting factor? He came to me and he said, I believe my church is the best kept secret in my town. I go, well, let's make that not happen anymore, right? So that's big. You got to be self-aware. Self-awareness. Come on, baby. Self-awareness. Be self-aware. Okay, third. I'm asking you, rate your marketing skills on a scale of 1 to 10. If 10 is the best, 1 is the worst, rate yourself your marketing skills. There's somebody watching this show right now. You are a superstar of marketing. Oh, yes, you are. You are a superstar. You have never had a problem generating leads. You are a sales machine. And by the way, if you are a sales machine and you're looking for a job, you need to go apply at hisglory.me because you're hiring some great people to keep up with all the growth. So, but there's somebody out there watching. You're like, man, I could sell ice to the Eskimos, and I have. Someone watching this right now, you say, listen, I did a direct selling company, then I sold life insurance, then I was a realtor, and I excelled and all of those things. But that's not my problem. You see, it's not about how much money I make. It's about how much money I keep. Okay, what? Okay, so step number 1, let's talk about it. Practical education. You'll make more with that than formal education. So let's write that down. Step number two, very important. Ask yourself, what's your biggest limiting factor? Step number 3, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 10's the best, 1's the worst for marketing. All right. Step number 4, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is the best and 1 is the worst for accounting. You see, Robert Kiyosaki, best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he once told me on my show. He told me on his show. He's told me in the book form, and he said it anytime that people will listen. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Look at these highlights. I have really devoured this book. Yeah. He says it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. And I'm just giving you a real story. This is a true story. Today, I'm sitting down with a client. I just did it today. She has a cleaning service. This woman has a cleaning service. She's in her late 60s, has more degrees than a thermometer. Okay. She's got a lot of gross revenue coming in. No problem with the marketing at all, this woman. No problem. But we're looking at the expenses today. I'm looking at the expenses and I'm going, wow, you're spending what I perceive to be $2,500 a month on something that doesn't work, that hasn't worked, and no one in your organization has looked at or tracked for at least a year. I mean, so in our first coaching call we've ever had, her 13-point assessment we just had today, I said, let's go ahead and look at your expenses. We talked about it. We found a $2,500 a month leak in the ship. And Dave, that wasn't the only leak we found. I mean, it's unbelievable. And you would say, that couldn't be possible. I'm being real with you, folks. There's a guy right now, very successful guy. Some people who have attended the Reawaken tour might have met this guy. We found one of his key employees was embezzling $54 million from him over the last 5 years. $54 million over a span of 5 years. You say, how is that possible? It's because what you measure is what you treasure. You treasure what you measure, right? Where you don't track, you slack. And so there's somebody watching this show right now, and you perceive business as an accounting only thing. Yes, you do. Somebody else, you're watching this and you think it's a marketing only thing. You think it's only about marketing. That would be like having a football team, Dave, that only played offense or only played defense. Dave, there's some guy on the Steelers right now, I think he's number 80, who's 6'7". Perhaps you've seen this guy. He's 6'7", and he's probably 260. He's a tight end. I don't know if you've seen this guy. He cannot be tackled. This guy is like Rob Gronkowski on the Patriots, but bigger. I mean, this guy is a monster. Well, that guy is the kind of guy you said, get the ball to him and let him just run over people. That's offense. But on the defensive side, if your defense isn't solid, no matter how much money you make, you can't ever outpace your spending. And Dave, I want to get your wisdom on this because you've ascended to the highest levels in corporate America, and then God revealed himself to you in a profound way. You kind of had a road to Damascus moment where, for anybody who doesn't know the story, God kind of knocked you off your high horse, figuratively speaking. You actually died, and God gave you a vision, which has never happened for me. I'd like to get a vision. I don't want to die first. But then you started his glory, and you've been able to bring in some of your wisdom from corporate America. How often do you see in corporate America, small business, wherever, where somebody has a bias to focus on marketing and they don't want to look at the numbers, or maybe vice versa?
All the time. And I believe that's because of our public school system, our degrees that we get into. They don't teach from A to Z. They teach one specific aspect of marketing or business or whatever. That's why you have to be all in and know it from A to Z.
Now, the final area, number 5, I'm trying to help somebody out there. Folks, you say, who are you talking to? There's somebody watching this right now. This shows like a message in a bottle for you. This is who it's for. I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 with your team. Now, folks, let's be real. No one, if you're watching this show, you shouldn't know who Beavis and Butthead were. You shouldn't know that. If you're watching this show, not a single person watching this show, we shouldn't know who Beavis and Butthead were, but you know who they were. These are these two guys. They were characters based on an MTV sitcom that we shouldn't have watched, but we probably did. And they were two just idiots, right? And so Beavis, no matter what was going on, he would go, yeah. That was Beavis. That was the summary of and then Butthead would say, Somebody out there, you have a team of people who work for you, and you've got Beavis and Butthead. Literally, your team is so dysfunctional, not a single person on your team can even spell the word functional. And let me tell you a story about this real quick, okay? I was working with a dentist so many years ago, and he's going, man, our marketing, we're getting a lot of leads. Thank you, Clay. It's working. The accounting, man, we have cut the expenses. Thank you, Clay. It's working. And I'm honing in. I'm going, but what about your team? And he said, what do you mean our team? I said, how highly would you rate your team on a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Dentist? If 10 is the best and 1 is the worst. He said, they're the best. And I said, well, let me ask you, if somebody fills out the form at yada-yada.com, your dental practice, if they fill out the form requesting a dental exam, how long should it take before someone calls them back? That's just the question I asked my client, right? And my client's going, well, I mean, I would think immediately or same day or within 24 hours or whatever. I go, everything you said is true, but I don't think that your front desk person does any of those things ever. And they're going, are you serious? So Dave, we filled out the form, right? And we have call recording on the company phones and we're looking at it. And it turns out this guy is never, the guy who works for the dental client, the front desk guy, his office manager, is never calling leads. Dave, I bet you this guy was costing my client over $1 million a year. Literally. Wow. He just wasn't calling leads. So you say, really? Yeah. And if the phone rang, he answered the phone, he would take care of it. But if he missed your call, he would never call you back. And if you filled out the form, he would never call you either. So we pull the guy aside and we say, guy, we're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to make this reparative. We're not trying to be destructive. I just want to help you improve. When you miss a call or when someone fills out the form, do you call them? If they miss a call, my thought is that they'll be persistent and want to call us back. I mean, I don't want to chase people around. I go, wow, okay. And then when someone fills out the form, do you call him? He goes, no, I find the serious buyers, they call. And I go, just so we're clear, the only people that you talk to are the people that are persistent enough to fill out the form or call you repeatedly until you answer. And he's going, yeah, because I'm not going to chase people around. I'm not like a debt collector. I'm going, wow. So that right there was, boop, 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 boop. We put a new person in, happy ending. Put a new person in, happy ending. Nice lady. She was about 5'2", elderly lady, had never done sales in her life, but she desperately wanted a job, and she wanted to work as unto the Lord. True story. And this woman was a sales machine. So what am I saying? If you're stuck today and you say, Clay, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I want you to go to thrivetimeshow.com. Let me pull it up on the website. And Dave, I won't be joining you for a couple weeks because I'm going to California to set up for this wonderful event. So this event is going to be December 4th and 5th. It's in Anaheim, California. I'll pull up the flyer here. It's going to feature Eric Trump, Julie Green, Mel K, yourself, Pastor Dave Scarlett, Dave and Stacy Whited, Michael Levine, by the way, the PR consultant of choice for Nike, for Prince, for Michael Jackson, for, just unbelievable success. This guy's a multiple-time best-selling author. Phil and Tammy Hotzenpiller, Dr. Stella Emanuel, a longtime client of mine, Randy Antrikin, Amanda Grace. Dave, it's going to be a great event. I just encourage everybody right now, go to thrivetimeshow.com to request tickets. Someone says, how much are the tickets? You can name your price. You pay whatever price you want to pay. But if you use promo code His Glory, you have a chance to win a backstage pass. And now, Dave, with 14 seconds on the clock, I throw it to you in the corner.
Yeah, take this advice. Take action today. If you leave it till tomorrow may never come. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, take action today.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
4,000% from February to February. Now I can better that. Okay, Clay, I don't think you know this. I'm pinching myself, and if I cry, forgive me. In the last 2.5 days, we have bettered our entire month of February in the last 2.5 days. So, and the phone's blowing up. Everything's just blowing up. You're right. It is like a rocket ship. So we're pinching ourselves, actually.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
But I recognized at the age of 15, I'm going, you know what? I am not going to live that way. And so I started a company out of my parents' basement called djconnection.com. And I decided I am going to have success. And so I reached out to millionaires and people that I kind of knew through church and friendships and parents of my friends. And I said, what book would you recommend that I read? I'm a 15-year-old asking this question. True story. And I kept being told, you got to read.
Hello, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Radio Show. It's an exciting time. Also, I think a treacherous time, a spooky time also. But it's always, danger is a good time. Today, my guest is Clay Clark, and I went out with Tom Wheelwright to visit Clay with Eric Trump also. And the reason I want to talk to Clay this morning is a very important subject called study. And the reason I say that is things are changing so fast, and many people are completely missing the show. Things are changing at rapid speed. Technology is changing. And so I went to Tulsa, again, with Tom Wheelwright and Eric Trump. And the thing I was so impressed about Clay is this word called study. I don't know, you guys must be in your water or something, Clay, but boy, I was so impressed how big you guys are. But what really impressed me was you have this huge congregation. They're all about guys your age. They're on fire. And you start your classes at 5 in the morning. Now, let me talk to you about study here. We show our books here. Now, this is how I study. This is The Creature from Jekyll Island. It's on the Fed. And Clay's doing the same thing. We study. So I go out to Clay's place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's built this huge compound out there. And you guys start at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's not by Zoom. They drive there. They show up 5 o'clock, bright-haired, bushy-tailed, and all this. And they're on fire. Your group is on fire. So that's what was on Clay, this technology you tell your group. I was so impressed because, like I said, studies became a bad word. I got into fights in my own company because our staff didn't want to study anymore. And I don't know how they cannot do that. So Clay, anyway, welcome to the Rich Dad Radio Show. That's what I want to talk to you about is how do you do it? 5 o'clock in the morning, you have hundreds of people showing up in your huge auditorium on your property to study. Anyway, welcome to the show, Clay, and what turns you on so much? That's what I want to know. Give us a little about your background.
My name is Karime Schofield, and the name of our company is Whistle While You Clean.
I am Sophia Schofield.
We live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we service the tri-state, so Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana.
We were getting a phone call, and we were like, why is someone calling our business line? That's unusual, and we picked it up, and it was a lead.
I mean, it's been incredible, Clay. We've gone from 0 to 100% growth. We're a full functioning company. It's great. We're blown away at how well we're doing. So working with you guys have really taught us a lot about generating leads and pursuing our Dream 100. So we have a list of customers that we want to market to. And so we've been making phone calls, we've been showing up in person. We're trying to get near the businesses that they would visit if they were visiting a hair salon or something. And then we start calling them and we just start pursuing them. And then the other thing that we do is when we do cleans, we take a lot of video testimonials and we post those to our website so other customers can see. And then we also upload a lot of images of the things that we do. And so we're also asking our clients for Google reviews after we've cleaned their houses. And so it's this constant cycle of doing those things over and over and over again. I would say if you're on the fence, go to one of Clay's conferences. They are hilarious. They're fun. They're educational. They're so good that even my teenagers like them. And I would say don't let fear hold you back. If you want to start a business, do the obvious thing and hire someone who knows how to run businesses. If I wanted to get in shape, I'd hire a gym person, a personal trainer. This is the personal training for business. It has been absolutely amazing. I mean, our coach is encouraging. When he first met with us, he said, do we want him to be like a drill sergeant with us? What level of intensity do we want him to give us? And I will say he is incredibly encouraging all the time. And he just hits the same mark with us every single time. It's very repetitive. But I think we both really learn a lot every time we sit down and have a conversation with him over the phone. He keeps pushing us to go further, and he can recognize when we're afraid to do something, and he'll give us a little bit of grace, but that next week he's drilling us again, like pushing us to go harder. Our no-brainer offer is we are offering your first clean for $1. And that sounds absolutely insane. It even sounded insane when I was talking over it with our business coach. And I will tell you that that has generated some of our hugest clients. I mean, that has been like a game changer because it opened up the door to more clients, more recommendations, more leads. And we were surprised how far that dollar clean got us.
How important has it been for you to work out that scripting, even though you offer $1 for the first clean? How important has it been for you to nail that down?
It's been really important because it kind of it hones in so that you're not just all over the place when you're trying to explain what it is that you do. And a lot of times it's like you're a good person offering a good product and you have integrity and you want to communicate that. But when you go to communicate without a script or without practice, it's just like a mess coming out of your mouth, as opposed to having this, honed in practice where you know what you're going to say, you know how you're going to say it, and you can almost expect better results when you do it that way.
Had you ever been an entrepreneur before starting this particular business?
No, never.
Did you ever think about wanting to own your own business someday? Or what was the first time you thought, maybe I would like to open my own business?
Absolutely. I've probably been dreaming about it for about 10 years.
Okay, and let me go to your daughter here. Had you ever thought about wanting to team up and open your own business, or was that something that you were maybe excited about, or not so much?
Well, for me, my parents would always listen to your podcast and business podcast. And as I started listening to them, I started realizing that I wanted to own a business.
It's www.whistlewhileyouclean.com. Honestly, the hardest thing was getting over the fear. It was the fear of the unknown. There was like a cloud of doubt that, you can't do this, you're going to fail. There was a few sleepless nights there when we did pull the trigger and join your team and start the coaching process. Even my husband put a little bit of pressure on me from time to time because it was just absolutely scary to take that jump and actually start a business.